This is Heat here, back with another trade recap video. Just wanted to quickly go through the trades I took today. Unfortunately, neither of them panned out as I was hoping or expecting. But just to explain in a little more detail why I took them. So structure-wise, if we look at the 4-hour time frame, you can see we're creating higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. Today, although we had that really aggressive move down, I saw that we tapped into 50-minute demand, had a reaction after that, and because of that, even though order flow had shifted, that aggressive move down, it looked like it was just going to continue to push down. I still was looking for longs. If we go on the lower time frames, yeah, you can see how aggressive that push down was on the 15-minute. And then now we can see that we're consolidating. Looks like it potentially could go up from here, but at this point it doesn't matter for me anymore because I'm not in the trade anymore. So just again, I'm not in the trade. This is just for educational purposes. But just to explain a little more detail why I took those trades. So the first one was actually here. So you can see after that aggressive push down, we had a reaction. Supply wasn't broken at this time. It came down even deeper. And then if you look closely at the price action and what happened, you can see we created the low, pushed up into this last point of supply, price pushed down. I created a demand zone or a flip zone. You can see it a little better on the 5-second. Okay, so I pushed up into the supply, reacted off the supply, created this flip zone, then broke the last point of supply, as well as the entire range. After that, it came back down, right back into the flip zone. I put a entry here. It was actually a sell stop when I saw the price hit the demand. I actually entered with a buffer below the flip zone, as well as a buffer above it. The idea was if it's going to go up from here, it should push right through my entry and then keep on going up. So that's why you see the buffer above and below. And then after that, it came back up, reacted off. The next point of supply came back down. My trade was still safe. But then while trying to break this supply, it actually did break it by a couple pipettes. But what happened after is it came back down. It stopped me out right here because I already had my break even set at this point. And then after that, it came down even lower. Pushed up one more time, broke that last point of supply. But then at the next supply, it reacted off that and then pushed down even lower. And then what happened after that is at the lows, price played around a little. I was watching it at this point, but then when I saw this V-shaped recovery up, reaction off the supply again, I was looking to see if the price would come back down to this level, but it never did. And this flip zone actually held. So again, price pushed down, reacted off the last point of supply, created this flip zone. You can see it as a range at this point. If we wanted the actual lows, it would be like in this area. I think on the 1 minute. Is how I marked it. Yeah, I marked it off the 1 minute. So let's go back. So yeah, I marked it off the 1 minute. That's why the range looks so wide. But as it held, when we had this impulse up, I actually set my entry. I think it was like the 50% of um, the flip zone. So right in the middle of it. And again, a little buffer on the stop loss. And then right after that, came up, almost tapped me in, didn't push back down. I almost removed my buy stop, but in the end just left it because demand held. And then after that, it pushed right through it. And honestly, I thought it was just gonna go to the moon at this point. Pushed up, consolidated a little, reacted off supply. At this point, it already hit my 20% take profit. Then it went a little higher, didn't break the supply, and ultimately came down one more time, and then it did break the supply. It actually created a 15-minute chalk. So I was quite confident in this trade at this point, but unfortunately it came all the way back down, created all this mess. It's quite unfortunate. Like I said, I thought it was just gonna shoot up at this point, but ultimately I left my break even as is, and I got stopped out. So what happened after? It came down a little lower. Didn't tap this extreme demand in the end, but it did break that flip zone. It could have used a flip zone as inducement to push back up, but what's happened since? Again, reaction off supply, and it's coming back down again. Fortunately, before New York open, we actually had the impulse up. I actually took half the trade off here. So I did end up with a decent amount of profits on this trade before it got taken out. But anyways, those are my trades. I mean, from now on, who knows what could happen. We had the jobless claims around the time that the price pushed up. We still have market PMI coming. We have Powell speaking in a little over an hour, so there is still a chance and an opportunity for the price to go up. But again, I'm not overly confident in longs today, mainly because of that aggressive nature of that push down. It's not to say that structure can't hold and it does push up and break this weak high. I'm just not convinced at this point because my point of view is if it wanted to go up, it probably would have gone up by now instead of playing around in this area so long. But at the same time, I mean, we do have news coming. Maybe it's just waiting for the news to push the price one direction or the other. Okay, well, anyways, those are my trades for the day. I hope you found some usefulness in my explanation. Like I said before, I'll continue to do these on a regular basis when I have time. I mean, my focus is the market analysis. But as I stopped trading for the day, I said to myself, why not? Why not do a trade recap? Even if the trades didn't play out as I planned, at least the entries, there is some useful information to explain to understand better about how we trade smart money concepts, especially in Black Swan, and how I trade myself. Okay, until the next one, well, see you guys tomorrow for the market analysis. Have a good one, and good luck trading if you're still trading. Cheers.